The chapter Phenomenology of Meaning and Place includes 4 articles discussing about phenomenology in architecture by Kristen Novaksous, Kenneth Frampton, and Giovanni Pallasma. Novaksous is one of the first to bring the term phenomenology to architecture. He accentuates distinctive environmental characters, giving life to inhabited place. With his dominant work Genius Loci 1980. Frampton achieved great prominence in critical regionalism, depicted in many of his essays. Probably the most dominant one is Towards the Critical Regionalism, 1983. Pallasma explored a more emotional theme of phenomenology through his significant book, The Eyes of the Skin, 1996, by investigating the psychological and poetical connection between people and place. Although each one has different orientation, they all expose phenomenology as fundamental principle in architecture that regards personal experience, focus on the consciousness and intimacy between human and place to find meaning of place. For example, it is illustrated through the manipulation of shape, material, texture, light and shadow to create a memorable encounter through an impact on human senses. This reacts against modernist functionality and rules of composition. Time and post-war also brought new spirit to architects and writers to chase back to the body of architecture and other subjects in terms of experiences. Criticism of modernism is expressed by all 3 authors. They all imply buildings not just providing shelter and functionality, but also providing experience and consciousness through human senses. This could be traced back to Heidegger, whose philosophy still influenced architectural theory in 1970s, inherited by later architects to different extent. As seen in Novaksous' articles, the comprehensive influence of Heidegger is apparent when he sees the essence of architecture in dwelling in a created place and situating an object in relation to the environment. To support this idea, he reveals the relationship between inside and outside parts of a structure by saying, without the sacred sky and earth, the inside would remain empty. He describes place by the term space as 3-dimensional structure, and character denotes general atmosphere of elements that creates a spirit of place. In this way, a place is not abstract. The purpose of architecture is to make site become a place that's only discovered by a given environment. Here, Novaksous seems to focus on facade, volume, but omit the moving body in the buildings. Thus, the relationship with the environment is reduced to the exterior adaptation of the building. Like Novaksous, Frampton reveals modernist abstraction and formalism, but he managed to infuse distinction between abstract space and local place through touch experiences. This transfers from form to material, visual to tactile, and he states modernism still has worthy values if applied to suitable cultural contexts. Example is Tadano using modern material and formalism to feature Japanese traditional architecture. Through light and shadow, the character of place is brought into space, enhance human experiences and connection with outside environment. Like Frampton, Pallasma concerns about tactile, but focuses more on bodily actions of the dweller in space, and view architecture as home of fundamental spatial feelings. Despite of abstract idea, Pallasma may bring readers closer to the essence of experiences in architecture by revealing intimate relationship between human and their childhood. Its convincing place can be perceived by any means and encoded to anything that stimulates people's lifetime memory. Vice versa, place can be manipulated to remind dweller of a unique feeling and bring them sense of belonging to the world.